everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I start my video in the kitchen because I have to do a couple of things. It's two soups. One is a barley soup, the other is a butternut cream soup. I love soups. My mom used to cook every day different type, and I really absolutely love it and enjoy that. I don't have a time really to do in the weekdays when I work, so I sometimes like to catch up on the weekend. So I'm gonna show you how I'm going to do that. As you see, I have half of my garden on the countertop, but this is for two soups, so it's plenty. And why I'm doing two soups? Because one person in the house doesn't like the cream soup, and also because I have eggplant that I bought a few days ago and I simply have to use it. I may use the rest of it on the barbecue tomorrow. And so it's just let me just go to it. Okay, so for the soups, very important is not only the veggies but also the herbs, and for those two soups I have a few herbs to show you. And for the barley soup, bay leaf and allspice. So I have a bay leaf here and allspices. It's those little seeds. I have like about 5 of them only, that's enough. And I also add sometimes chicken bullion cubes. You can make delicious bullion from just the veggies, but I like to spice it up a little bit. So I have this very good quality Polish cubes bullion. And also marjoram, it's a dry. This is for the barley soup. That is for the one soup. The other soup is again very important to have bay leaf, which I'm gonna add about 3, and sage. Sage is very good when you have a fresh, but it's just simply impossible when you add just the one little branch. What you gonna do for the rest? So I dried them when I had my other, I'm not sure what was the dish I was cooking, so I dried them a bit, and I have those little leaves, so I'll be adding like quite a few. When you have a fresh one, you just eat simple, just one little branch, or maybe one big and one small. For that dry one, I have to add like maybe 7, maybe 9 those little leaves. So this is very important for the soups when you cook the herbs. And also for the barley, I would like to cook barley a bit because it's a little sticky when you add and cook together. It won't be just that yummy. So I cook barley for about 5 minutes, and then put aside. When my bone, I have also for barley, I'm just jumping, I have chicken bones. For the barley, I like barley, and sometimes my veggie cook based on the chicken bones or the chicken piece, doesn't matter. So I have a chicken in the cold water, bring to boil it for about 10 minutes. The same time you cook the cooked barley, and then you add those things together and you cook your barley soup, adding of course bay leaves, bullion cubes, and on the very end, now on the end, maybe 5 minutes before turning off, you're gonna add marjoram, fresh, dry. Again, it's morning. And for the butternut squash soup, you have also some ingredients that are very important, which is of course butternut, sage, that makes huge difference in the taste. But of course you're gonna have a celery, and you're gonna have eggplant, you're gonna have zucchini, but everything I have in this will be just a small pot. Actually I'll have to do it in a big, but then I'm gonna transport everything to the smaller one. I'm gonna have only half of portion what it says, so it's 2 large potatoes and 3 carrots, and I have some celery, which it's probably 1 is enough. And the rest I'm going to add to the barley soup. Oh, I didn't mention, I'm using also celery root for barley soup. I'm using celery root when I cook any soup, except of course this soup, this creamy soup. It's very with it flavorful. And of course I'm gonna add just a half of zucchini. I'm gonna add only just some of eggplant. So, and everything I'm just gonna kind of cut, prepare, and you're gonna see it because I'm gonna show you what is going to which soup right now. So stay with me, And of course, I'm gonna leave description for those soups in below. So stay with me and enjoy. I forgot to mention one thing is this onion. I use usually half of that, and I'm going to roast it. I have this very old frying pan I don't only use for that particular reason. And you know, on the high heat, I'm just gonna roast on both sides. It just gives such an amazing flavor to the soup. I do that for every single soup I make. So it takes few minutes on both sides, and you're gonna see how it you know, it will be like a really black roasted. So as you see, my ingredients are ready. See that onion, how nicely roasted. So I'm gonna add everything right now. I soak potatoes in the you know, separate container, and then, you know, my chicken's ready. Also just remember to clean from this residue on the, I have this flat strainer which is perfect for that, and make sure it's nice and clear. So now I'm gonna add those veggies and barley, and everything will be cooking for, I don't know, half an hour as you see it. So when my barley soup is cooking, it's time for my other soup. So I'm going to cut chopped onion first and fry on oil, just for about maybe 3 minutes. And then I'm gonna gradually start adding potatoes, carrots, celery, butternut, and just one at a time. On the very end, I'm gonna add eggplant and zucchini. I just wanna coat everything in that onion and oil, and then of course I'm gonna add some water, and of course the rest of the ingredients, which are herbs. Here is my barley soup. super delicious, ready to eat. I just took some veggies. You don't leave all of them, like leek or celery, the green celery or root celery. I just take them out, and of course bay leaf and those allspices. You have to take them out, and then salt, pepper, and ready. Now when my soup is warm, less than a warm, I was outside so it took me a little bit longer, so I will be blending. I scooped some sage. I think I pulled everything, and some bay leaves. I think there's one more left, and here is what the soup looks like. It's like a regular veggie when you see it. Smells absolutely delicious. I can almost smell the taste. So now I will be scooping the veggie to the blender, and you don't pour everything. You just have to see how thick is that soup. This is very important. You need to be that soup as thick as possible, which comes to cream soup. Also goes with the preferences. Mine is when I like that medium thick, which means it has to be soup still, but it's thick enough for me to just eat like that. So let me do that. I'll show you how thick it is in a minute, but smells so well. And of course when I'm scooping, I can see if there's something I can still see, maybe some small sage leaf I can take out. And by the way, I probably add more than I mentioned, like maybe over a 10 those small leaves, because they were kind of small, and because of that the soup already smells really delicious. So you see it, you see how much I have, and this is like a 2 maybe steps you have to do. You can't put everything because it will be too much, simply too much. So now I'm adding bouillon, and everything is going to, I will be blending. So let's see. So as you see that it's thick enough, I think I'm gonna add all the bouillon. Sometimes I have too much, so I don't add everything, but this time I think I will be adding more. The way I see when it blends, it needs to be more watery, but you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you how it look like when in the bowl when it's blend with the bouillon and of course those veggies. So it's super delicious. You don't need to add anything. For your taste, you can of course add some maybe cream. Okay.